motivational flex. You got a chance today to win yourself $100. All you got to do is subscribe to my channel, share one of my videos, and you have entered yourself for a chance to win this money right here. I'm going to pick a winner at the end of this month. Today we're going to talk about bodybuilding. How do you train for a bodybuilding competition? What does it really take, etc. So what I want to tell you guys first off is that most of what you're going to see out there today is not how you should be training for a bodybuilding competition. The stuff that's put out by these huge people, that's in the magazines, it's all these sales gimmicks, etc. It's not exactly how you should be training, especially if you're not using performance enhancing drugs. And you see, here's the thing with bodybuilding training. It comes down to being strong, and it comes down to having a good base of muscle, and then it comes down to getting hypertrophy of those muscles to make bigger muscles with specific aesthetics. That is how you train for bodybuilding. But so many of those factors are left out in today's stuff. Very high reps, lots of different volume sets, a lot of isolation work, and for most of you, you simply don't have the muscle base there to get any benefit from doing those types of things. So how you need to train for a bodybuilding competition, whether or not you're using performance enhancing drugs, you should never get away from the compound movements. Never get away from the compound lifts like your bench press, your dips, your pull-ups, your squats, your deadlifts, bent over rows, these movements where you can really pack muscle mass onto the body. You can move a lot of weight. You can be super heavy when you do these exercises and develop a lot of strength. Stronger muscles will be bigger muscles, especially when you add hypertrophy work to them. And these big massive exercises like the deadlift and the squat and the bench press are going to be compound movements that use more than one muscle group at a time. More than one joint is in action, and you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. For example, your triceps are going to build a lot better doing 350 pounds on bench press than they will doing kickbacks with the cable with 15 fucking pounds. You guys need to understand that the correct training for a bodybuilder comes down to training the compound movements, getting really fucking strong, and then isolating and carving out those physique muscles when you go to competition. So what you want to do, you guys, if you really want to know exactly how to train for a bodybuilder for the best gains, you need to have a heavy emphasis on compound movements, move a lot of weight, get strong, and then have isolation movements specific to you and your physique. Areas you want to bring up, areas you need to target, etc. We all know what the traditional bodybuilder looks like. V-taper, small waist, big legs, big upper body. That's what you need to work on. Basically, every program is going to do that for you as long as you pay attention to making sure that it has the compound movements and it has the isolation movements. Never ever let the compounds fall out of your routine, and always focus on specific isolation exercises that work for you. Now you always need to add in other types of protocols, other shocking ideas, other things to really bring new results into the muscles. I'm talking about mixing it up with drop sets, supersets, giant sets, pause reps, tempo reps, all different kinds of protocols to shock the muscles. Would you be doing those on the compounds? Probably not, but you could if you needed to, if you got stalled out. On the compounds, the goal is strength, the goal is weight, the goal is moving as much as possible. So you want to get really strong there and always emphasize that. At the point where that stops, you would want to tweak it and adapt it and throw some new stuff at it. But the point is, on the compounds, it's about moving weight. On the isolation exercise, that's where we can really tweak it, we can bring new stuff into play, we can shock the body, shock the muscles, get some hypertrophy and some new growth in there. When you take the compounds and you mesh it with these isolations, and then you throw the sprinkles of the cake with all these different protocols for bodybuilding training, you're going to get stellar results. You're going to get them in the long term. You're going to be able to keep them. And if you're a natural athlete, that's going to give you a much better bodybuilding physique than any of this high rep shit that you guys see out on the internet today. Follow this program, heavy compounds, isolation movements, get all the gains you want. Bodybuilders, Coach Ryan is out.